Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to PLUTUS IAS. Right, we are continuing our discussion about the 10 years previous questions. Right, we have completed two topics. From my side, I have completed two topics. That is, first one we have completed polity, and second I have also completed economics. Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to PLUTUS sessions. Right, we are continuing our discussion about the 10 years previous questions. History. Right, we have completed two topics. So, like from my side, I have completed 4 to 5 sessions. We will try to complete the history polity. Right. And second, so remember the few things. Before we are actually going to start, you have to see the number of questions they are being asked from each and every topic. That is one thing. Second thing you have to see is the areas within the subject. What are the focus areas for the UPSC Prelims examination, from where questions are being asked repeatedly. This is the second checkpoint you have to do. And the third one is whether the questions asked are facts based questions or they have the element of analysis also. The questions are completely fact based questions, or there is an element of analysis also, analytical questions also. So, if we speak frankly, there is not much scope for giving analytical questions, just like the subjects, especially in economics and polity. But however, still based on the facts, you have to come to certain conclusions, or you can do some analysis in the history also. But let me agree to you, the scope for analytical questions is comparatively less. So, history means, you know very well, it is mostly concerned with the facts, right. So, still the scope is less, but still you try to have this analysis also in the history subject also, right. Without wasting much time, we will go into the questions and we will see the questions. Right, first question. Question is, in which of the following regions was Dhanyakataka, which flourished as a prominent Buddhist center under the Mahasangikas, located? One thing I forgot to tell you before starting this session, that is, today history I have divided into 3 parts. First part, we are going to see the questions of ancient India and culture. So, ancient Indian history, ancient Indian history and art and culture. So, I have made this segment, I have made these two things one segment because it is very hard to we can say separate. There is little chance for watertight divide between the ancient history and art and culture. For that example, medieval history also, but medieval India we have seen many questions related to dynasties, rulers, wars, etc. So, there is some we can classify questions from art and culture, medieval Indian history questions. So, but ancient India, it is quite difficult. So, have clubbed the ancient Indian history and art and culture questions. So, we will discuss as first part. Second part, I am going to discuss the medieval India questions, medieval Indian history questions. Medieval Indian history questions. Right. So, in the part 2, we are going to discuss these questions. Part 2 means second segment. First segment is the entire Indian history and art and culture may take place 2 sessions, because the sessions time is comparatively less. Only 1 hour sessions are available. So, art and culture, ancient Indian history and art and culture, they may require 2 sessions. Medieval Indian history, comparatively, you know very well, year after year very less questions are being asked from medieval Indian history. So, within one day we can complete the questions. Like there are, if you see in total, there are 27 to 28 questions are there from 2023 to 2014. Third segment, we will see the questions of modern Indian history. So, this modern Indian history also may take place like 2 sessions. So, overall in 5 sessions we will try to complete the history part also, right. So, with this brief segmentation, we will go forward. So, today we are going to discuss the questions from ancient Indian history and art and culture, right. Tomorrow also most probably we will continue that session, right. The question, first question, In which of the following regions was Dhanyakataka, which flourished as a prominent Buddhist center under Mahasangikas located? So you know very well it is located in Andhra Pradesh, present Andhra Pradesh also it is located. Right, Dhanyakataka was an important center, especially during the period of Satavahanas. Right. So this much information you should know about the this question. Right. Next question. Question number 2. Right. So question is, with reference to ancient India, consider the following statements. Right. Statements are, the concept of stupa is a Buddhist origin. Right. So this statement is incorrect because the stupa was originated, the concept of originated before Buddhism arisen. Like there were, you know, after the because of their rituals and the sacrifices that arose after, during the later Vedic period, you know very well. So sacrifices, rituals have increased. So in protest against this rituals and sacrifices, many people have kind of started revolutionary movements or movements against them. Two famous movements are Buddhism and Jainism. Apart from that, you will also see many number of, one estimation says that almost 60 movements have been started against the these rituals and sacrifices that have been practiced in the later Vedic society. Right. So the stupa, concept of stupa came from one of those we can say revolutionary movements or rebellious movements. Originally it is not in the Buddhism. However, we can say this concept of stupa, it has been popularized and patronized by the Buddhists, and you know about the Buddhist stupas. The concept has we can say spread like leaps and bounds because the adoption and popularity of the Buddhism. Right, this statement is incorrect. Statement 2, stupa was generally a repository of relics. So generally it is correct. Earlier, the earlier stupas, if you see, they have been constructed on the relics or some remnants of Buddha, and afterwards it has become difficult to get the remnants of Buddha. So the later stupas, they have been constructed without the relics of Buddha itself. So generally speaking, this is correct. Next statement, statement 3, stupa was a votive and commemorative structure in the Buddhist tradition. So this statement is also correct. It is a commemorative structure where people go and worship Buddha, remember Buddha, etc. So it is a commemorative structure. So from here only statement 2 statements are correct, that is statement 2 and statement 3. Right. Next question, question number 3, relatively easy question again. With reference to the ancient South India, Korkai, Pumpuhar and Muchiri were well known as which of the below? So they are well known port cities or ports during the, especially during the time of Cholas and Pallavas. Cholas and Pallavas, they are well known ports, Pumpuhar, Korkai, etc. So recently there was, there were excavations have occurred at the Pumpuhar 2 to 3 years back. Many valuable archaeological materials have been found out there. So these are the port cities. One thing you remember that there are lot many questions have been asked on the port cities. So this is the dominant question. So the question is like this, some names will be given and the question will be like what are this name represents, etc. So this kind of pattern is also there in the history subject. In that too, the favorite area is asking about the ports. So in that pattern itself, we are seeing many questions on the ports and the port cities. So in your preparation, you try to see for each dynasty which ruled, whether it is in ancient India or medieval India, try to know the ports of that particular dynasty also. Right. Next question, question number 4. Which of the following explains the practice of Vattakurutayil as mentioned in Sangam poets? So you know very well from the point of view of examination, Sangam literature is very, very important. Right. So many a times we are seeing the questions from Sangam literature, right? Try to know, try to have more awareness about the Sangam literature. So not only in prelims, you can also expect a question in mains also. Various questions are coming from the Sangam period or Sangam literature. So this Vattakirutal, it means a king defeated in a battle, committing ritual suicide by starving himself to death. So that is that is the meaning of Vattakirutal that is mentioned in the Sangam literature. So it is something related to the Sallekana Vrata that is practiced, that used to be practiced by the Jains, right? So this is the correct answer. So somewhat straight away questions, but you should have the information to answer the questions. If you do not know exactly, then it becomes very difficult to answer these kind of questions, because there is very less scope for guesswork also, right? Next question, question number 5. Consider the following statements. How many of the above dynasties established their kingdoms in the early 8th century AD? So this is the question. So the answer is none of the dynasties, Hoysala, Gahadwala, Kakatiya, Yadava. So none of them have established the dynasties in the early 18th century. So these kind of questions also, there is a chance of these kind of questions coming. So try to, be ready for these kind of questions. Hoysala came very late. So I think Yadavas and Kakatiyas were at the same time, but they have not established their kingdoms during the 8th century AD. So Hoysalas came very late, like 14th, 15th centuries they were ruling, right? So we can say it is a question of both ancient history and medieval history also, right? So question is D. None of the above have established their dynasties during the 8th century AD. Right. So next question, even we can consider this question in the medieval history also, no problem with that. Right. Question number 6. Right. So with reference to ancient Indian history, consider the following pairs. Literary work, author associated with the literary work. So Devi Chandraguptam and Bilhana. So this is an incorrect match. Actually Devi Chandraguptam has been composed by Visakha Datta, right? Visakha Datta composed the Devi Chandraguptam. Another famous work of Visakha Datta is Mudra Rakshasam, that is also written by Visakha Datta itself. So Devi Chandraguptam is about Chandragupta, and his brother's wife has been married to someone else. So Chandragupta recovers his brother's wife by defeating the enemy dynasty ruler. So that story has been explained in the Devi Chandraguptam. Next is Hamira Mahakavya. It is Naya Chandra Suri. So it is a correct statement. The pair is a correct one. Milinda Panho or Milinda Panho also it is called as. So Nagarjuna is incorrect. Nagasena is correct. Nagasena is correct. So this is a Buddhist composition. The book is in the dialogue form. One king Milinda. So he will be posing questions to the Buddhist monk or Buddhist teacher Nagasena. He will be answering the questions. So after all this dialogue, question and answer dialogue, Milinda is impressed by the answers, and he was impressed by Buddhism, and he converted into Buddhism. That is the story behind this composition, Milinda Panho or Milinda Panha. Right. So next one is Niti Vakya Mitra. Niti Vakamrita, sorry. So it is written by Somadeva Suri. This is also a correct pair. So how many of the above pairs are correctly matched? Only two. Two pairs are correctly matched. Right. So this is the next question. 7th question. Right. 7th question. Question is, souls are not only the property of animal and plant life, but also of rocks, running water, and many other natural objects not looked on as living by other religious sects. So the above statement reflects one of the core beliefs of which of the following religious sects in an ancient India. So you need not read the question completely also, just you read the few words, you will understand that this is the philosophy of Jainism. So you know they have extreme ahimsa, not only ahimsa, so extreme ahimsa philosophy they follow. I mean, not only they believe that not only we should not harm the human beings and wildlife, but also the living beings, other living beings like microorganisms, plants, etc. Even the non-living beings, they have some life, they have some spirit, and that should not be harmed. That is the belief of Jainism. Right. Next question, question number 8. Who among the following rulers of Vijayanagara Empire constructed a large dam across Tungabhadra river and canal cum aqueduct several kilometers long of the river to the capital city? So it is Devaraya I. Actually, this is not the ancient Indian history. You can consider it in the medieval Indian history. But however, it is a question is about the construction of irrigation, etc. So it can be considered as a question of agriculture or economy. That's why I have included this question in the ancient and art and culture. I mean this theme, right? So however, the answer is Devaraya I. So this dynasty is, I mean Vijayanagara Empire, this is something associated with the Vijayanagara Empire, Devaraya I. Right. Right. Next question, question number 9. Consider the following pairs. Right. Sites, and they are well known for. So these kind of pattern of questions also you can you should be ready with. First one is Besanagar. It is a Shaivite cave shrine. So it is not Shaivite cave shrine. Shaivite means something related to Shiva, right? So it is something related to, the cave is either related to Vaishnavism or Bhagavatism. Right. So if you see the remnants, if you see the material available, the archaeological sources, it represents the Vaishnava cult or the Bhagavata cult. Right. Next is Bagh. It is a Buddhist cave shrine. It is a correct statement. Sitanavasal. It is a Jain cave shrine. Yes, this is also a correct statement. Sitanavasal is there in Tamil Nadu. So Jain cave shrine. You will see beautiful paintings in this Sitanavasal cave. So in the, when you study the paintings in art and culture, you will see the beautiful, you will also study about the beautiful mural painting in the Sitanavasal cave. Apart from Ajanta Ellora, so they also hold a lot of valuable painting or paints. Apart from that, you will also see paintings at Sitanavasal cave. So only 2 are correctly paid. Right. Next question, another pairs question only. Right. The question is, consider the following pairs again. Sites of Ashoka's major rock edicts, and location is in the state of which of the state? Right. So first one, Dhauli. Yes, this is correct. It is there in Odisha. Irragudi. So correct statement again. It is in the Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh. Jaduguda. Or Jaugada, sorry, Jaugada. It is not in Madhya Pradesh. Jaugada, if you know the actual places, present places also, it is the earlier name for Jaduguda. So it is also in Odisha. It is also in Odisha only. Kalsi, it is not in Karnataka. It is Uttarakhand. It is in Uttarakhand. Right. So these 3 and 4 are incorrect. First 2 are correct. How many pairs of the given are correctly matched? So it is only 2 pairs are correctly matched. Right. So next question. I think we have come to 2021 questions, right? Sorry, 22 questions. Yes. So with this 23, we can see 9 questions. If you remove 1 question, something related to Harihara 1, even 8 questions. So we can say 8 questions have been asked from ancient history and art and culture from the in the 2023 examination. So it is a fairly good number, because you know the weightage for history, Indian history and art and culture, it is comparatively going down, especially art and culture questions, fair number of questions are being asked. But if you see the ancient Indian and medieval Indian history, though the subject is a very vast one, if you include all the modern Indian history, ancient history and medieval history, it is a vast subject. But if you see the number of questions that are being asked from this subject, it is comparatively less. So still it is a fair number. So we are seeing the questions of 2022 now. First question is complete. Second question. Second question is, which one of the following statement about Sangam literature in ancient South India is correct? So again one more question on Sangam literature. Right, in this correct statement is, the social classification of Varnas was known to Sangam poets. So you know very well the Varna system was in practice, especially in the northern India, but the Varna classification was known to Dravidians also, even during the 3rd century BC. You know, the Sangam literature has been composed between 3rd century BC to 3rd century AD. So the Sangam poets known this Varna based classification. Right. Other statements given are, they are incorrect. You can go through the statements and check, but it is incorrect. Next question. Yoga Vasista was translated into Persian by Nizamuddin Panipati during the reign of which of the below? So this Yoga Vasista has been translated into Persian during the period of Akbar. You know very well. So many, apart from the religious literature, many texts they have been translated into, translations were a very big we can say work during the, if you see the literature part, during the period of Mughals, especially during the reign of Shah Jahan and Akbar. This work, translations, the translations have occurred both ways. Indian books, famous books like Mahabharata, Ramayana, these epics, they have been translated into Persian, and many Persian books they have been translated into Indian languages also, especially into Sanskrit. So this thing has happened. So the particular book Yoga Vasista, it has been translated during the time of Akbar. So this question will come under the art and culture part. Right. Next question. Question number 4. Question is, the world's second tallest statue in sitting pose of the Ramanuja was inaugurated by Prime Minister of India at Hyderabad recently. So this was this happened, I think, during 2018 or 19. That statue has been inaugurated by Prime Minister of India. You should visit, I mean, if opportunity comes, go and see the statue. Very beautiful and very huge statue. Which one of the following statements correctly represent the teachings of Ramanuja? Right. So the teachings are, the best means of salvation was devotion. So this was the specific and particular teaching of Ramanujacharya. So if you see the other statements, they are not related to or incorrect with respect to Ramanujacharya. So this kind of question, we have also another somewhere at some period, sometime, the Honorable Prime Minister also visited some particular temple in Gujarat. So there was a question about that temple also. So try to from the art and culture perspective, try to have the knowledge of the famous historical places that will be in the news. You may expect a question like that, I mean, for that period of time. So even history, the examiners are trying to connect that with the current affairs. So in this way, you can understand the importance of day-to-day developments with respect to civil services examination. Right. So this is the 4th question. Next question, question number 17. 5th question. I think the question has been repeated. Sorry. So this was the question I was mentioning. The question is, the Prime Minister recently inaugurated the new circuit house near Somnath Temple at Vereval. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Somnath Temple? So Somnath Temple, you know, it is located in Gujarat state. Statement 1, Somnath Temple is one of the Jyotirlinga shrines. So this is a correct statement. It is one of the Jyotirlinga shrines. Second, a description of Somnath Temple was given by Al-Biruni. So Al-Biruni, he visited India during the 11th century, you know very well. He came along with Muhammad Ghazni. So once Muhammad Ghazni came to India, and he frequently started raiding Indian kingdoms, or we say especially focused on temples. Al-Biruni, he found his own path. He started exploring and understanding the Indian society and Indian practices. So Al-Biruni's writings, Indica, So it is considered as the mirror of 11th century India. So he gave a description of Somnath temple also. Next statement, Pran Pratishtha of Somnath temple, installation of the present day temple was done by President S. Radhakrishnan. So the answer says that it is an incorrect statement. So you know very well the temple has been destroyed during the reigns of Muhammad Ghazni. So after that also during the Islamic rules. So you know very well, because of the religious reasons, etc., the temples have been damaged or destroyed. So immediately after the independence, this particular temple has been restored, and because Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, he has taken this temple construction very seriously, and because of his intervention, immediately after the intervention, the temple has been reconstructed. But it says that the Pran Pratishtha was not done by at that time Vice President, I think President was S. Radhakrishnan. I think that time he was the Vice President. I think Sarvaipalli Radhakrishnan was Vice President. Right. So this statement is incorrect. So correct statements are statement 1 and 2 only. Right. Next question, question number 6. So question with reference to Indian history, consider the following text. Right. So text are Netti Pakarana, Parishishta Parvan, Avadana Shataka. Next is Trishasti Lakshmana Mahapurana. So question is, which of the above are Jain texts? So let me say it is a very difficult question. So it is very difficult to find out, especially find out the difference between the Buddhist and Jain text. So the answer says that the Parishishta Parvan and the fourth one, Trishasti Lakshana Mahapurana, these two are Jain text. Right. So this is the correct answer. Correct option is option B, only statements 2 and books 2 and 4 are correct. They are the Jain literature. Next question, question number 7. So question is with reference to Indian history, consider the following statements. So historical person and known as what? So Aryadeva, he is a Jain scholar. Dignaga, paid is Buddhist scholar. Nathamuni, Vaishnava scholar. So among these, which of the above given, how many pairs of the above are correctly matched? So only 2 of the pairs given are correct. Right. So this is the 7th question. Next question, question number 8. So question is, according to Kautilya's Arthashastra, which one of the following are correct? So statement 1, a person could be a slave as a result of a judicial punishment. So this statement is correct. The Arthashastra says so. Second statement, if a female slave bore her master a son, she was legally free. So this is also correct. If a female bores a child for his master, bores a son for his master, she can be set legally free. So these were some conditions set at that time for the slaves. Right. Next statement, if a son born to a female slave was fathered by her master, the son was entitled to the legal status of the master's son. So this is also a correct statement. Right. So if the woman is a slave, there is no problem. She can be set free if she bores a child or she bores a son, and the son born so is also considered as a legal son of that person. So all the rights will come to him, including the inheritance, property, etc., etc. So correct option is option D. Statements 1, 2, and 3 are correct. Next question. These are the questions that are asked in 2021. Right. So how many questions? So 8 questions have been asked from 2022. Right. Now we will see the questions from 2021. Right. First question. Which one of the following ancient towns is well known for its elaborate system of water harvesting and management by building a series of dams channelizing water into connected reservoirs. So this particular system you will see in Dholavira. So presently it is in Gujarat state. So there you will see during the Indus Valley Civilization period, very great work, construction of dams, channelizing the water into reservoirs, etc. So you know that region, particularly this region, Gujarat, Rajasthan region, even now it faces water scarcity. Earlier it is believed that Indus Valley civilization is confined to the region of Indus and its Indus river and its tributaries. But as the excavations gone on, the many settlements we could find from a distance, large distance from the Indus Valley river system also. So because this particular region, Dholavira, it is located in Gujarat, comparatively or relatively a water stressed region, you will see the water harvesting systems here, right. So Kalibangan, you know, it is known for factories. Various factories have been located in Kalibangan. Rakigadi, it is something not exactly related with the, sorry, it is related with Indus Valley civilization only, but you will not find that kind of water harvesting system there. So Ropar, it is also I think located in present day Punjab. So you will also there it is not find, right. So correct answer is Dholavira. Next question, question number 2, right. So from the decline of Guptas until the rise of Harshavardhana in the early 7th century, which one of the following kingdoms were holding power in North India? So again a very tricky question, because you have to have the knowledge of all the dynasties which were ruling at that time. So many a times previously we used to discuss that chronology is not that important in the history, but you should focus on the important areas like society, economy, polity, etc., etc. But you see, based on the dynasty only, we have seen till now 2 questions have been asked from the dynasties, the chronology of the dynasties also. So you should have a fair idea about the each dynasty, each and every dynasty, and tentatively they do ruling time. You should have an idea about them also. So here the dynasties given are the Guptas of Magda. So you can completely, from the decline of Guptas until the rise of Harshavardhana in the early 7th century, which of the following kingdoms were holding power in the North India? So you can consider them the Guptas, though their power has declined considerably, still they were ruling the nearby parts of Patna. Parmaras of Malwa. So this is relatively Rajput, just before the Rajput arrival of Rajputana and many Rajput kingdoms. So these Paramaras, we can consider them as one of the Rajput clans itself. So it is the later development. Pushabhutis of Thaneshwar, yes, you will see them. Actually the Harshavardhana itself, he belongs to the Pushabhuti dynasty. He was ruling Thaneshwar as the capital, right. So Maukaris of Kanauj, yes, you will also see them. Actually there was increasing conflict between the Pushabhutis and Maukaris for control of important area, especially the capital. At that time the city flourishing was Kanauj only. So there was huge competition for Kanauj. Next is Yadavas of Devagiri. So these Yadavas also relatively they came later. Maitrakas of Vallabhi. So you will also see them competing for a hold in the northern India. So correct answer, option is option B, 1, 3 and 6, except the Yadavas of Devagiri and Parmaras of Malwa. So rest of the kingdoms have ruled the North India, or they have presence since the decline of Guptas to the rule of Harshavardhana. Right. So correct option is option B. Next question, question number 3. Right. Question is, with reference to the history of ancient India, which of the following statements are correct? So statement 1, Mitakshara was the civil law for upper castes and Dayabhaga was the civil law for the lower caste. So this is not the correct statement. So Dayabhaga is something related to the inheritance, how the property will be divided in between the sons, etc. Dayabagha says about that one, right. So this statement, first statement, is an incorrect statement. Next is, in the Mithakshara system, the sons can claim right to the property during the lifetime of the father, whereas in the Dayabagha system, it is only after the death of the father that the sons can claim the right to property. So this statement is correct. It is said so in the books, right. Next question is, the Mithakshara system deals with the matters related to the property held by male members only of a family, whereas the Dayabagha system deals with the matters related to the property held by both the male and female members of the family. So this is also incorrect statement as given in the answer. So remember that you should have a thorough knowledge about the ancient texts, right, apart from the major literature like Vedas, Puranas, Itihasas, Upanishads. So you should have some knowledge about the Dharma Shastras also. Dharma Shastras, or these can also be called as Dharma Sutras. Dharma Sutras, and many Smritis are also there, like Narada Smriti, right, etc., etc. So all these will talk about the rules and the regulations. So they are akin to the present day laws. So at that time, the people used to live their life according to the Dharma Shastras. So the punishments, etc., they have also been given to the people based on the Dharma Shastras only. So you should have a thorough knowledge of those books also to answer questions like these. So very difficult questions if you ask me, right. Correct option is only 2, correct statement 2 is correct, right. Correct option is option B. Next question number 4, with reference to India, the terms Halbi, Ho and Kuyi pertain to which of the below? So these are tribal languages. So Ho, Kuyi. So Kuyi, you will see in the region of present day Tamil Nadu, Kerala region, you will find the Kuyi language, right. So these are the tribal languages, right. Next question, question number 5, with reference to the history of ancient India, Bhavabhuti, Hastimalla and Kshemeshwara were famous. They are all the playwriters. So along with Kalidasa, he was also a great playwright. So along with that, these all the three are of them are playwriters. Next question, which one of the following statements is correct? First statement, Ajanta caves lie in the gorge of Waghora river. So something you should not also know about the temples, paintings of Ajanta caves, but you should also aware of the geography of that cave. So it is cave lie in the gorge of Waghora river. This is the correct statement. Other statements are incorrect. Sanchi Stupa lies in the gorge of Chambal river. So it Chambal river, we can say far west side if you see with the Sanchi Stupa. Next is Pandolena cave, shrines lie in the gorge of Narmada river. This is also incorrect statement. Next is Amaravati Stupa lies in the gorge of Godavari river. So Amaravati Stupa again located little bit below the Godavari river. So correct statement is option A. So it is also comparatively very tough question. Next question, with reference to Chausat Yogini temple situated near Morena, consider the following statements, right. So Morena is in Gujarat, right. It is a circular temple built during the reign of Kachapagata dynasty. Sorry, Morena is in Madhya Pradesh, I am really sorry, right. It is a circular temple built during the reign of Kachapagata dynasty. Yes, this is a correct statement. It is the only circular temple built in India. So this is incorrect. There are other temples also built in the circular shape. So next statement is, it was meant to promote the Vaishnava cult in the region. This is also incorrect. It is not built to spread the Vaishnava cult, right. So its design has given rise to a popular belief that it was the inspiration behind the Indian Parliament building. So not the new one which is in the triangle shape, right, the earlier one which is in the circular shape. So it is believed that, highly believed that this temple has inspired the architects to build the parliament, Indian parliament, in a circular shape. Right. So at that time there was discussion going on about the building of a new parliament building. Many news have come about the existing parliament building also. So in that context, the question has been asked. So see how again the current affairs, current events, developments have been clubbed with the history. Right. So correct option is option C. Statement 1 and 4 are correct. Next question. Right. Question number 8. Consider the following pairs. Right. Historical place, and it is well known for. First statement is Burjaham. So rock cut caves. This is the incorrect statement. Burjaham is not known for rock cut caves. Chandraketugad, terracotta art. Yes, this is Chandraketugad is famously known for terracotta art. Terracotta art, terracotta is the burnt clay. Burnt clay is called as the terracotta. So during the Indus Valley civilization time, you will find in almost all settlements the terracotta figurines. Next is Ganeshwar. It is known for copper artifacts. So it is also a correct statement, artifacts. So statements 2 and 3 are correct. So correct option is option D. So remember this is the question from prehistoric period. This is the question from prehistoric period. So during the prehistoric period, you should aware of the important sites, especially the Paleolithic, Neolithic and Mesolithic site, and I am sorry, and I mean the issues or what should I say, the important aspects associated with that particular site, especially the prehistoric sites. Apart from that, the sites related to Indus Valley civilization are also correct. Right. So make sure that you have the information about the prehistoric sites and their importance, their specific feature. Right. Right. So next question. Some message has come, UP boy. Just you wrote you are unable to understand. Just let me know the part where you have not understood. I'll try to explain that once again. Right. So just let me know where you are unable to understand. Right. So these are the questions asked from 2021. Comparatively, again a fair number of questions. We can say 8 questions have been asked. So now we will see the questions of 2020. Right. First question is, with reference to scholars or literates of ancient India, consider the following statements. Right. Right. So the options are Panini is associated with Pushyamitra. So this is incorrect statement. Panini is not associated with Pushyamitra. I think Panini is, I believe, he came later during the Guptan period, etc. Little bit early Guptan period and Guptan period. Panini was in. Pushyamitras you see immediately after the Mauryans. Next is Amarasimha is associated with Harshavardhana. So this is also an incorrect statement. Amarasimha, his famous work is Amarakosha. Right. So Amarakosha. So he is not associated with Harshavardhana. Next statement is Kalidasa is associated with Chandragupta II. Yes, this is a correct statement. Kalidasa is associated with Chandragupta II, but the new evidence says that there may not be a direct relation, direct contact between Chandragupta II and Kalidasa. So you know very well Chandragupta, when we discuss about Chandragupta II, there is a concept called Navaratnas or 9 gems, if you translate that into English. Navaratnas are the great learned people, especially the writers and the poeters associated with the Chandragupta II. So Kalidasa, he is written in the text that Kalidasa is one among the Navaratnas, and he was there at the court of Chandragupta too. So same concept, little bit different. Ashtadiggajas. Ashtadiggajas. So this is associated with Sri Krishna Devaraya of Vijayanagara Empire. So Ashtadiggajas are 8 elephants. So here also 8 literates or the writers or poets have been associated with Sri Krishna Devaraya, and the modern evidence says that just to increase the greatness of the king, all the poets have been linked with these 2 great kings. But however, some poets were there in their court, but some were not there also. So this thing you should be aware of. Right. Next question. Question number correct option is option C. Only statement 3 is correct. Right. Next question. So we will make little bit fast because we are losing time. Right. Second question, with reference to the history of India, consider the following pairs. Right. So pair 1, first pair, Aurang, in charge of Treasury of State. So this pair is incorrect. Aurang is not the charge of Treasury of the State. Baniyan, so Indian agent of the East India Company. So this is the correct statement. Next is Mirasidar, designated revenue payer to the state. Yes, this is the correct statement. So you can even include this question in the modern history also, but however it comes in the art and culture part, so have put this question here only. So correct option is option B. Statements 2 and 3 are correct. Right. Next question. Question number 3. With reference to religious history of India, consider the following statements. Right. Statement 1. Sthaviravadins belong to Mahayana Buddhism. So this is an incorrect statement. You know, as the time passed, many divisions have come in the Buddhism itself. Especially the major 2 divisions are Mahayana Buddhism and Hinayana Buddhism. These broad 2 categories have come. Earlier that it was split into many other numbers also. So before that also, before emergence of Mahayana and Hinayana, before also and after also, there were various sects have been come in the Buddhism. However, Sthaviravadins is not part of the Mahayana Buddhism. Next statement, Lokottaravadin sect was an offshoot of Mahasangika sect of Buddhism. Yes, this is a correct statement. Lokottaravadin is a sect of or subsect of Mahasangika sect of Buddhism. Next is the definition of Buddha by Mahasangikas fostered Mahayana Buddhism. Right. So Deification of Buddha by the Mahasangikas fostered Mahayana Buddhism. This is a correct statement. So correct option is option B. Statements 2 and 3 are correct. Right. So third question complete. Next question. Question number 4. Consider the following events in the history of India. Right. Consider the following events in the history of India. Right. So rise of Pratiharas under the King Bhoja. Pratiharas, you know, one of the sects of the Rajputs. We can say earlier Rajputs. Next statement. Establishment of Pallava power under Mahendravarman I. So this is the statement 2. It is something related to Pallavas. Next is establishment of Chola power by Parantaka I. Pala dynasty founded by Gopala. So these are the 4 events given. What is the correct chronological order of the above events starting from the earliest time? So in this, first happened is second. It is the establishment of Pallava power under the Mahendravarman I. Next is Pala dynasty founded by Gopala. Next is rise of Pratiharas under King Bhoja. Last one is establishment of Chola power by Parantaka I. Correct option is option C. Right. Question number 5. Which one of the following phrases defines the nature of the hundi, generally referred to in the sources of the post-Harsha period? So this is a bill of exchange. At that time, the hundi was something related to the present day concept of a bill of exchange. So instead of cash, the papers or something, the documents, they have been exchanged between the people, especially during the trade. So trade in sale and purchase of goods. These hundis have been very well helpful, very much helpful. Right. Next question, question number 6. With reference to the history of India, the terms Kulvayapa and Dronavapa denote which of the below? So they denote the measurement of land. Kulyavapa and Dronavapa, so they denote the measurement of land. So comparatively it is a straightforward and direct question, but relatively very difficult. So difficult to answer questions like this. Next is, who among the following rulers advised his subjects through this inscription? So whosoever praises his religious sect or blames other sects out of excessive devotion to his own sect, with the view of glorifying his own sect, he rather injures his own sect very severely. So you know very well, it is one of the major rock edicts issued by Ashoka. So it is the inscription of Ashoka. Next question, with reference to history of India, consider the following pairs. So famous place and present state. So Bilsa, Madhya Pradesh. So this is a correct statement. Next one is Dwara Samudra, Maharashtra. So it is incorrect. Dwara Samudra again in MP only. Next statement is next pair, Girinagar. So it is there in Gujarat, present day Girnar. Next is Staneshwara, Uttar Pradesh. Again it is in incorrect statement. Staneshwara is also in Gujarat only. So statements 1 and pairs 1 and 3 are correct, 2 and 4 are incorrect. Correct option is option A. Right. Next question. Right. So question number 9. Right. So question is, with reference to the period of Gupta dynasty in ancient India, the towns Ghantasala, Kadura and Chaul were known as which of the below? So again they are ports handling the foreign trade. So repeatedly you will see the questions about the questions on the ports of various dynasties. So dynasty, these are Ghantasala. So Ghantasala actually it is located in the present day Andhra Pradesh, coastal Andhra Pradesh, and Kadura, Chaul, they are all known for ports which are doing or handling foreign trade. Next question, question number 10. Right. With reference to the cultural history of India, which one of the following is the correct description of the term paramitas? So it is the description of perfections whose attainment led to the bodhisattva path. Right. So this is the correct statement of paramitas. Other explanations that have been given, they are incorrect. So correct option is option C. So perfections whose attainment led to the bodhisattva path, they are known as paramitas. Right. Next question, question number 11. Right. Question is, with reference to cultural history of India, consider the following pairs. So the pairs are Parivrajaka. Pair is renunciant and wanderer. So you can, by the word itself, you can understand this Parivrajaka. So Pari means family, and Vrajaka means who has left the family. So Parivrajaka, he is one who renounced family and he started wandering. Right. Next is Sramana. Sramana pair is a priest with high status. So this is incorrect. Sramana, I think it is a monk status, which is actually not highly ranked. So this is incorrect. Next is Upasaka. Upasaka is a lay follower of Buddhism. So this is a correct statement. So pairs 1 and 3 are correct, but 2 is incorrect. So Sramana is not a priest with high status. Right. So here you should understand one thing, that you should know very detail about the major religions in terms of art and culture, especially the Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. So more often than not, you will be getting questions about somewhat difficult questions. If you see, you will be getting questions like this. Right. So right. So these are the questions. So rest of the years we will discuss tomorrow, 2019, 18, right, 17, 16, 17, 15 and 14 we will try to discuss tomorrow, right. So almost time is over, the given time. We will try to complete the ancient history and art and culture part tomorrow, and we will start either modern history or ancient history after that, right. So this is all for today. Thank you for joining this session. See you next time. Until then, have a good day.